1. She did it.
Hello.
Jen was like 3, 2. You did it.
I did it. And of course we're on time.
Officially better than Chris.
Are you saying you're on time, Ghost Hunter?
Officially.
Is that about us or about you?
No, it's always a comment about us.
Oh.
He's always giving Chris crap. He's like, late, on time. It's the way Chris starts the show, by mimicking Ghost Hunter.
Really is on time.
This is correct.
Chris has the day off. And tomorrow off.
I don't know who approved this.
And Friday off.
I don't know who approved this.
And next Wednesday off.
What?
And it's his birthday.
I don't care. He's getting his birthday today.
That's what I thought too, but it's on my calendar for a stream, I believe.
He doesn't get his birthday.
Maybe he just didn't change it. Because we agreed to me being on next Wednesday a long time ago.
Christopher better be watching, and he better be listening. I guarantee his brother doesn't need that much time.
He did say he wanted to swap it for today and tomorrow. So maybe he just didn't
take it off the
calendar.
Freaking guy.
But he is off next Thursday because it's a holiday. But then he'll be back on Friday. He doesn't normally work on Fridays, but we're an anniversary stream on Friday of next week.
What?
So, yeah.
No way.
Yep. Breaking news.
No way.
Haley, I wish I could tell you that time traveled, because that would be, and then I could say I know someone who, but it is only Wednesday. Oh, Sasa, Jason, you're the boss. Just deny leave. Year of evil.
Yeah. He said that this is the year of evil, according to Chris.
I said it wrong.
Yeah, it's evil. Well, you can do it however you want.
Oh.
But I'd say it like Chris again.
Evil.
Oh, see, now we're winning. Now we're winning. Even Jen's got it down, Pat. I'm just too nice. I may not seem like it, but I'm just too nice. I can't be mean to these people.
I am too. I always approve time off. I don't do that anymore. Polygon said, hey guys, just wanted to say thank you again for the advice last stream. I'm looking at painting in a different way, one that's just about having fun for me.
Awesome.
It's the way it should
be. 100%. I think I still have this.
Yes, sorry to disappoint anyone who arrived here, saw me, and thought, oh my gosh, is it Friday?
Ha! Wait a minute.
Skip ahead 2 days?
Oh, rats. I still got more days left in the week. Fooled ya!
So, TK, the original title of the stream today was Wednesday Jen's Day, but then we changed it.
So what rhymes with orange?
So what rhymes with orange?
I'm having a hard time with the orange scheme.
I did change it.
I resorted to purples. Orange and purple is too good, but we just got done painting that night, the last time you were on stream, as a matter of fact, on Friday, as a palette cleanser, and my scheme was orange, yellow, and purple. So here I am again. But I think it's the right choice with the orange.
Cornflake Justice said, orange, you glad I didn't ask? Bring on the orange. That was such a classic knock knock.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Uh-huh. Basil said, I'm listening along while I play D2, LOL. Model is looking great. My brother and I want to try out War Machine soon. Here it's making a comeback.
I don't know about comeback, but it is available again.
It's making a comeback for you.
Yeah. I'm enjoying the idea of it. It was probably my most played tabletop game of any of them. So I'm always excited and excited. When Mark IV hit, right, and they announced it and did all the stuff, and Steamforge bought them and all that, and I was kind of on the fence. I didn't really like the 3D printed stuff that Privateer Press was doing, and then I kind of gave it a shot with the Steamforge stuff, and it hadn't really changed in quality. The fiddly models are really a problem because the 3D prints are really brittle. So buy chunky stuff would be my thing. But they're starting to come out with molded plastics. So the 2-player starter sets, the armies in there are molded plastics, and they're really good. So excited about that stuff. Hoping to see more of that. The Orgoth, they have a Signar set. I remember Kador and one of the Dusk sets. I think that's the 4 they have right now that are in hard plastic. And those are really good. So, oh no, there's one, the Shadow Flame, the guys that I'm painting. Not Dusk. Maybe there's a Dusk one too, but.
Bald Man said, Jen and Jason on a non-Friday? Facts.
You're stuck with us.
Unlike
Turns out, this is what we do. Yeah, Jen is filling in for Chris for the rest of the week. I'm excited. Not to have Chris not here. I will miss Chris, but I enjoy streaming with Jen.
Yes, door hinge. How about door hinge?
Oh no, you can't cross the streams. Haven't you seen how bad this is? You're going to summon the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or something. That's not how we do this.
I'm Robert V. Said, what do you recommend for thinning metallics to send through the airbrush? I'm worried if I thin it with the wrong thing, it will separate badly. Would one-step medium work well? Yeah,
one-step medium works well. Glaze wash medium, just water. There's really not a whole lot of worry with it. They don't separate per se. They will, become kind of spotty, if you will, right? Because they start to not blend on the model as well because there's so many solids in it with the mica. Like, did some quick. Oh, can you give me some focus?
Oh yeah.
Maybe the other way.
Other way?
I don't know. It's not coming in focus for me. Oh, no. Go back. Okay, right there. You can see how I've started doing some freckling on the top just so the purple will have a place to sort of pseudo blend in. Maybe you can't see from like that. Right? Because there's just, I can't tell where the armor ends and the skin begins on this guy, so I'm just kind of.
Oh, Seth Squatch, gifting 10 subs.
What?
Thank you.
Sam Squanch.
RS Blendon, Lexicron, Night Flyer, Pax FN, Herald of Zinch, Voiceless Shadow, Sal Manila.
Sal?
Manila.
Like as in the name Sal?
I don't know.
Then Manila?
Yes, it's not spelled like the bacteria. Rolls with Advantage, Becky 33, and Slibbird.
You're welcome.
All got a gifted sub from Sasquatch.
Gotta love it. Thank you, Sasquatch. Sam Squanch. I'm playing around here. That's why the stream title is What Rhymes with Orange, because I'm just not satisfied. I don't like the green. I had jade, and I was like, oh, I made the mistake, chat, of walking into the room of miniature doom.
Uh-oh.
There's a bajillion miniatures in the room right down the hall.
Which room? There's multiple rooms, I think, that have a bajillion miniatures.
Yes. But the particular one I was in had a tray filled with my old War Machine Troll Blood Army. And that Troll Blood Army was painted very similar to this. It's more yellow skin, not orangish. yellow skin, but had jade accents, jade spikes on the back and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, I got really bummed because I was like, well, I don't want two armies in War Machine that look like this. So I immediately came in here and was like, we're changing things.
Oh.
So I covered the jade with Dark Sea Ben, thinking I would just go with a darker green and not use the jade, but it still reads too much like those. So I'm going to go with purple scales and stuff, and then use the dark plum here as the base. Do dark plums and burgundies for the cloth on them. So that'll bring out some of the red, and then we'll play around with the purple and probably do something that's into magenta for the highlights on the purple. It should make Jen very happy. And magenta.
And magenta.
And orange and pink.
Just Boxing Ogre said, good to see everybody today. I practiced my airbrushing last night and feel very accomplished. Thank you for the motivation.
Nice. Glad to hear it.
Garage sale when? Soon.
It can be a really fun time to sit down and just play with the airbrush and see what happens.
Mo said, all I heard is, I have too much stuff.
There is too much stuff.
Facts.
Yes. You will never get me denying that I have too much stuff in there. We have an entire storefront's worth of probably built miniatures. Unfortunately, they're not all completely painted. If that room was all completely painted stuff, would you? Can you imagine? Like all those shelves full of stuff. It's all like half painted. We could all retire. Stuff. It's all like half painted. All right, let's see where we go from here.
I like it.
See where we go from here. Like, give me some dark magenta. Zow.
Jeff Brando said, my wife has overheard your airbrush and said I would be banished to the basement if I got one.
What?
Is it loud?
No. Has heard my airbrush? No.
Yeah. Has overheard your airbrush.
No.
It might just sound
what am I doing?
loud through the microphone
magenta.
or something.
I don't want you dark magenta.
It's not at all.
I want dark, hot pink. Why did I do that? Sorry, dark magenta. I lied. You don't get used today. I was like, wait a minute. Why did I just put that on the palette?
Plumpy Crunchy, Jason, quick question. I reprime minis like you do. Would airbrush painting a model black with the normal paint, like coal black, achieve the same thing without needing for it to cure completely? Did you just repaint it black instead of priming it black, I think is the question?
Well, yeah, I mean, and you can use the primer as a paint. You don't have to wait for it because it's sitting over other paint. So you don't have to wait for it to cure like overnight or anything like that. It's not having to grab onto the plastic and be the foundation for all of your color when you're over painting like that, you know. So feel free to just use the primer like a color, or if you don't have the primer ready, yeah, then coal black's fine. You're just trying to get rid of color at that point. You're not really priming in the same way that, you know, the primer is there to give you a good hold on the substrate, the plastic and the resin, you know, of the model. It isn't anything special after you have that. So you can definitely just use coal black as you like.
Somebody said, thanks, I shall do so, and get to painting.
Get to painting. Put paint on the model, as our illustrious Chris always says.
Skinner said the airbrush is multifunctioning as a fan today. It's 90 degrees and 85% humidity with no AC. Oh.
Our French team says it's despicable over there.
So are you like just airbrushing your face? Is that what you're saying?
Just using
with no paint, just the air, just.
That's fun. Was like I think they said it was over 100 over there, wasn't it?
He said it was going to be basically 110 degrees.
which I don't believe that,
I
but
do.
maybe.
I told you I was checking the weather for when we're going to be there, and I was seeing that this week it said like 110.
That's insane.
I know.
Like they don't even know what to like. People die in Europe at 110.
A whole bunch of people drowned because they were trying to cool off in like some river.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy!
It's brutal right now.
I mean, we're used
Skinner,
to
are
it.
you in France? 40 people, said Mo.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like we're more used to it because
We're-
it's like that's just a Tuesday,
Yeah.
but it's still brutal.
UK. Okay. Well, UK, I mean, that's still hot for you guys too, though, right?
Oh heck
90
yeah!
degrees?
Yep. Heck yeah! All of Europe when it gets that hot because they don't have AC.
Yeah. And they don't put ice in their drinks.
I mean, they do have ice, so they could do
They
that.
give you like 2 ice cubes.
It's like one in a tall, skinny glass, and the ice cube just sweats itself away, screaming. Ah! It's like a Wilhelm scream.
Danger Boy said, if I'm not 100% done with my monthly project, can I still submit it? It's
Yeah.
not the end of the month yet.
Yeah,
You still got
sure
6 more
may.
days.
You sure
But
may. You
yes,
can
you
submit it
definitely
in
can
whatever
submit it.
condition you want to.
Yeah.
Obviously, we won't be harsh on it, but we might make a comment like, hey, it's not finished. I would like to see where it's going, blah, blah, blah. But then after the fact, since it's not like a competition, after the fact, you can go finish it and post it later too.
Yeah.
Never got to feel like it's too late.
Deep Fresh. Hypothetically, if you wanted to make the skin on this model more red, would you use transparent red or magenta wash? Asking for a friend. That friend is me.
The magenta wash could be really cool. Transparent red, both would be good choices. I think the red would get you more towards red, and the magenta would bring out, more of the purplish tones. But both would be a good choice. I think I would probably go with transparent red first. It's going to have the bigger impact of the two because it starts more saturated than does the wash.
Oh, Ace said, I'm in Germany. It's miserable. We don't have AC.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Texas. I miss walking into a house with the AC blasting and having my drinks topped off with ice.
Wow. Yeah. Very different over there.
Yeah.
Well, I hope for those of you that are in extreme heat without AC that you're staying hydrated.
Yes, stay hydrated. That's the thing that people aren't used to. We are very used to drinking lots and lots of water here in the desert. But for those of you not accustomed to these brutal summer temperatures, drink your water. Stan said, speaking as a Brit, it's bloody awful. I live where we are having a red warning and it's going to be 102 tomorrow. Bear in mind, our houses are built to keep heat in as we are cold most of the year. This random heat is a killer.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yep, the homes are insulated well. But once the cool is gone, you're facing the heat monster.
Yeah. Sugar Rush anniversary stream is next Friday, July 3. Valk 4 or Valk 44? Valk 44. What colors should I use for an Asian/Indian skin tone? More like goldenish skin. Advanced flesh tone.
Our advanced flesh tone is a really great start. Is that what you just said?
That's what I said.
Yeah. Advanced flesh tone is a great start, and then you can even go into like the golden yellows, depending on how much more golden you want it to be. But mixing advanced flesh tone in with shadow flesh and the other colors works really well. You can even take colors like black red and mix a little black red in if you want it to be more like sunburnt kind of color. You start to play with warm and cool tones with any skin tone to kind of bring more life into it or to get it to look more specific, to a character you're trying to paint, things like that. So it doesn't have to be, what you would call traditional flesh tones. We use dark warm flesh and warm flesh to add more uh, kind of sun-kissed highlights to any skin tone. So if you want to do that, it still works for those colors. Works for everything up to and including like darkest African and South American skin tones too.
Double T and Sasquatch. Yes, good point. Not just water. You also need to replace those electrolytes. Add a little salt to your water. Hickman, hello.
Electrolytes are a lie. It's not what plants crave. Don't believe the hype.
This boxing ogre said getting my car's AC compressor replaced today after having the refrigerant recharged last week to little effect. Used to drive a non-AC working car through a couple of summers here in Phoenix and will never do it again.
Oh, good God.
Well, Maddie.
Yep.
She
just got a new car.
Yeah. One of our awesome team members.
She came from Washington.
And
has been driving without AC since she got here.
Like a 4Runner or something with no AC. And she's worked for us for like 3 years.
Yep.
And she just got a car with AC. We're very excited for her.
She was very excited. I was like, how did you last this long? I just don't understand.
She's a trooper, that one.
She is a trooper. Window down, one window duct taped up.
Yeah, that's right. ZZ Warhawk, any suggestions? Hold on, I lost it. On making an interesting red skin for Tyranids.
What does... Okay, I could ask you what interesting means. This is very subjective, right? I like, purples or dark blues underneath my red base. And then depending on what you're doing, if you want to have a little bit more of a warmer red, you could do like the red oxide, pyro red, orange red, or, black red, burnt red kind of way where it isn't quite as warm in the yellow tones. But either way, I like starting with purples or dark plum or dark blue, something like that, rather than just all reds. Makes it what I consider to be more interesting. That way your shadows, especially if you use something like royal purple, like we're using a lot of purple on this guy up next to orange, and it works really well. But royal purple as a base for reds can be really cool. I feel like he has lots of armored front stuff too, but I don't know that I really want to mess with all that, or do I? Grumble. Probably. Summit.
Jeff Brando said, I will be painting zombies and ghouls. To keep this family friendly, what color workup would you do for wounds?
So wounds can be as simple or as difficult as you want to make them. If you are okay with just doing a very simple workup, then something like, painting them the normal skin tone that you're painting the model, and then over the top of the wound area doing a magenta wash, that can work really, really well.
Simple.
You
said simple.
Yeah. The magenta wash over the open areas on the model can work really well, and that can pull off wounds just easy, like no brainer. You don't thin the wash very much, if at all, and just let it go in over the skin tone, and it makes it look very irritated, which I think tracks really well for zombie-ish flesh. Zombie horse, this guy. That's what was done here, right? Is the model was just painted as normal, and then I just used the magenta wash all on the inside, like around the ribs. And I painted the ribs a bone color, and then did the magenta wash on the inside part of the guts. So there's not really a whole lot of attention paid there at all, and it just gives it that that warmth, but not using a red. It gives it a more irritated look, which I like. You could go with a darker red too, but I like this. Like you could use dark burgundy or dark crimson, which is more of a blood effect. But I feel like the magenta wash does such a great job of it that I typically find myself using that.
Question from Droth Vader. I just upgraded my airbrush game with an Iwata Eclipse HPCS. Do you recommend using Pro Acryl straight out of the bottle for the airbrush? I know you recommend not to thin the primer, but do you thin the paint normally?
If you watch me spraying for base coats and things where I want the color to really have an impact, I typically do not thin. And then I start to thin 50/50 and greater when I'm doing my highlight, layering. And then I tend to, then thin more as I start to filter highlights and things on. So kind of, I don't know if it's reverse thinking of what you might think it would be, but I don't thin at the beginning and I thin later as I work my colors up, depending on how much I'm going. Like on these guys, I didn't thin the royal purple base coat, and I didn't thin the dark magenta, and I didn't thin the orange, and then I only thinned the warm yellow a little bit over the top of that. I don't even know that I thinned. I don't think I even thinned the yellow, the bismuth yellow. Sorry, I don't think I thinned any of them. And did this, and you get this. I've put the wash on it. Oh, it's weird. His color doesn't show much of the yellow. This thing is way more yellow than I'm seeing on the monitor. Does it look super orange to you?
It does on that, but on this little guy in front, it is. I can see some yellow.
Oh, I wonder how it's seeing. If you don't see any yellow, these are way more yellow than I'm seeing on my screen as I hold the big guys up. But yeah, it's kind of funny in the sense that I don't really thin depending on what I'm doing. Some colors I will thin when I move to the highlights, like the bismuth yellow sprays really well. If I were doing like maybe an ivory or something, I would probably thin it as I go brighter, just so it doesn't speckle, right? Because the brighter colors cause so much more contrast, so they can be a little bit more speckly if you're not careful. Chris redid the LUT on the camera so that reds would show better, but now I'm wondering if it's pumped a little too much because these don't look like they do. Because see,
lights are in my eye. I got bad eyes.
Very strange that we're not seeing as much yellow as they have on. Like this guy's really yellow, but
I can
wow,
see
that looks
the yellow
really
on
weird.
mine.
Okay, maybe it's just my monitor.
Just Boxing said those are some high C orange looking dinosaurs.
Yeah, okay. They have a lot more yellow to them, so I'll have to have Chris look at the color filter on the camera.
Well, they're gonna look orange until next Monday.
Till he gets back. I picked the wrong color scheme. We've had a issue where the reds they never look right. Cameras have a real hard time with reds and oranges. And we balanced it for the reds, but I guess we didn't think about, but what if I paint orange and yellow?
Speaking of red, Stan said, so I won a complete AK set last Friday in an online raffle. I have to say, none of the 15 reds in that set have an impact like Bold Pyro Red. Definitely the best red on the market.
Thank you. Yeah, nobody uses pigment like we do that I've run into.
The palette cam setup different? I know you can pop in on that one. I don't know. I don't think they changed it. Yesterday Jordan was here and
no, they're saying that if you switch over to the palette cam.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you switch over to the palette cam. But I don't know that looks any. Do those look any? No, it's still the same.
I think they look more.
I think he has it. I think he has it filtered on the side with the computer. And if maybe he uploaded every camera, they're the same because they're the same Blackmagic cameras. Not worth worrying about today. We'll stress Chris about when he gets back.
Just trust us. They're more yellow than you see.
Very much so. Kind of crazy.
No, they're two separate sites, two separate stores.
What's that?
The Color Forge sprays in the Monument.
Yep.
Cart. Yeah. Drop into a D-grade producer. Uh-oh. Stop trying to gaslight us about color. Orange is fine.
Well, but it's going to make the purple be not look as cool because the yellow. I mean, it's funny, right?
I think
Because
it'll look
did he do? Oh, he did that after we painted this guy, though. That looks yellow. This
That looks
is
orange to
not
me.
as quite as yellow as that. That looks pretty close to real. Well, that's very strange that these guys look so different when they're really not.
Oh, look at Christopher. I'm looking at it now. Both cameras have the same adjustment. I'm seeing the yellows on my end, but we'll be able to adjust it. You can adjust it like right now or
No,
Monday.
no, like whenever he comes back.
Okay.
Yeah, it may just be my monitor too, because these are much closer than like in person. These are much closer than the camera showing,
Oh yeah,
which
they
is
look
really
different.
strange
Yeah.
because this looks pretty good. This is right. You're seeing what I've done. Anyway, I'm the only one that's gonna obsess over it, and it may just be my monitor. I have a crappy old Asus monitor. Chris, what are you doing here?
Uh, Question from Droth. I've noticed that one step produces a lot of bubbles that dry and show up on the model, especially models with a rough texture. How do you mitigate that?
You're most likely, if you're using a brush that is frayed, like a wash brush you might have, like if you're using something that has the bristles all dumped out, that'll cause problem because all the air trapped in the bristles will cause you an issue. I ran into that yesterday when I was doing the wash on all these. I picked up probably this brush, and it was just like I was like, I don't care. I'm slopping the whole model, right? I was going through and I was doing the whole model. And the first thing I noticed is as I was applying the one step, that as I was doing it, it got a tremendous amount of bubbles in it because you have to remember that there's air between every bristle. And then when you load paint in, you trap the air. And then when you run the paint off, you're bringing the air out with the paint as bubbles. So be careful. Use a brush that is, like a normal brush. And don't pound it on, right? Just put it on like you would a wash, but don't be heavy handed with it. You're introducing too much air into it, like you're like mixing it live on the model, which you don't want because it doesn't. I mean, it will bubble up if you shake it for like if you don't put it on. I would suggest never putting it on a vortex mixer because it'll start to foam up and you'll have problems with it. But it doesn't need that. You can just shake it. Shake, shake, shake. All right. Maybe.
Notice little Billy isn't here. Coincidence?
Right?
I
No
think
little Billy.
not.
I think it's either that they are the same person or the love runs so deep that little Billy's like, there's no need.
There's no need.
There's no need for me when Chris is not there. I'm torn on what the right answer might be.
Odra said, I'm pounding it on because I'm trying to get it onto the model as fast as possible so it can distribute without drying. I will slow down.
Yeah, slow down. It doesn't dry that quick.
Yeah, it dries a little. Same person. If little Billy shows up within the next few minutes, then I'm gonna have questions.
Yeah,
Because it's Chris like,
now he's doing damage
oops.
control. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
They're going to find me out. He can never win because we've got him figured out. That's just the case, right? There's no reason to even sit here and contemplate it anymore. They are the same person. Chris has created his own villain. It's like that show we watched the other night where that woman created all the bad guys and fictitious bad mom and all
my
that
God,
crazy stuff.
That show was wild.
Like she just was like making up phone
Do
calls
not
and
recommend.
text
It was
messaging herself.
disturbing.
And
Absolutely disturbing.
I can't stop thinking about how insane.
I found a couple podcasts that give more information about things, and like I have to find time to listen to them because I have so many questions.
Yeah, it's insane. Absolute insanity.
Anyone have suggestions for metallic color that would look good on brown armor? The gold gets lost. It's Sisters of Battle, so a lot of little flare.
You can move your golds to like with a green base. If you're doing metallic paints, you could paint a green color underneath the gold and then kind of glaze your gold if you really want gold. If you don't, then I mean silvers work great. There's no reason not to do silver buckles and things like that. but painting green under gold will set it apart from the browns a little bit more. But you're right, you know, when they're all in that yellow space, it makes it hard. That's one of the things we talked about originally on this guy was, you know, using the bronzish color, you know, is going to be offset by the orange skin. So we have to be careful how we do it. Keep it, you know, move it darker or brighter to stay away from the same warmth, because it's not that you've used the same color, it's that the same color temperature starts to intrude on the ability to separate the pieces out.
It was not the one about the mom cyberbullying her daughter. It was the one Stan said where she faked a pregnancy, and yeah, very disturbing.
It's
hard to recommend.
Yeah, it's hard to recommend.
It was pretty brutal.
It's brutal. And it's
although
just,
someone did recommend it to me, which is why I watched it.
She came in and she says, "Do you have any interest in this show about the girl?" And I go, "The one that did the pregnancy." It's like, everybody tells me we got to watch it.
Yeah.
And then we watched it and we were shell shocked.
Yeah.
Like, I'm there at the end going, I'm never going to forget this TV show.
Yeah.
That woman, you can't do enough bad things to her to make up for all the nonsense.
It's like Tiger King. It has its place in pop culture, just the darker side. Very dark. That happened like 20 miles from Oak and Fury. Oh my God. Heard about it, but never watched it. It's... Proceed with caution. I don't know. John Mills said, what kind of base are you using? Like the base the model's on?
Just a piece of cork.
Or what he's holding?
The War Machine bases come with round lip bases, so they're different in that regard. But the thing the base is on is just a piece of cork that I can put poster tack on. And you have to prime the basing texture, or can you paint on it right after it dries? It's just our same pigmented paint that's in the texture, so you can paint right over it if you want. I typically put it on and then prime over it, only because I'm not using the texture paste for its color. And I'll put it on and then prime it with the model. But if I've already painted the model, like on these guys that you're seeing me paint, I will have already finished the model by the time I put the texture on, and then I'll go back over that and literally just paint it whatever color I want. Just do a base color on it and treat it like it's already primed. Works great.
Yeah, John, like Double T said, you can get them from home brewing supply places. I think Amazon too.
Amazon sometimes, although it's really sporadic when I've tried there. I never can remember, but there is a scientific supply house that sells them. They're usually more expensive. There's also on Etsy, I don't know where you're at, but on Etsy in the US, there is a company that sells corks for home brewers, and they typically have them in stock in lots of sizes. The problem is there's so many sizes. You're going to want to look at the size, I want to say size 22 and greater. I could have that wrong, but the bigger the number, the bigger the cork. And I typically paint, I think this is probably something like a 30. And then I've got them up to the 40 and things like that, but they also have vertical dimension. Like some of them are shorter and then taller and then the diameter. And I don't know what the numbering scale even means.
It's called a bung.
A what?
A bung.
A bung?
Yeah. Like in the what you put the like the beer in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a bung. and then there's a hole in it, and the cork goes in the bung hole, and that's 100% real. I'm not making it up.
TP for my bunghole. Give me TP for my bunghole.
That's what Krieg said.
Krieg,
Yes.
I got you.
Like sticky tack, poster tack. But maybe don't Google bunghole corks. Or maybe do. I don't know.
We're all on a list someplace. We're all on a list someplace. Don't be afraid. The AI will tell you if they're coming knocking. After that search, I would probably hide. You might wish to relocate to another country.
Super duper John. Hello.
What? We know that guy.
The cork is the bung? Oh.
Well, it wouldn't be
The
called
keg.
bunghole if you didn't put the bung in the hole, right?
Yeah, the hole in the keg is the bung hole.
What is today again? Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
I'm all thrown off because of our redoing of our leadership meeting. I'm like, I usually know when midweek is because it's our leadership meeting day. We moved our leadership meeting to Mondays. Then I have no idea what day it is. Got to find a new way to remember.
It kind of threw me off too. Makes the week feel longer.
Does it?
I mean, it did. It feels like it should be further than Wednesday.
Yeah.
Forager said, what is a good color to highlight the creases and folds of Ahriman's robes? I built up from dark purple to Payne's gray and final dark magenta. It looks awesome, but I can't seem to find a good color for those areas.
The shadows?
Highlight the creases and folds.
Highlight the creases and fold. What's your brightest color right now?
Dark magenta.
If you've used the dark magenta as the main body color, then the dark hot pink mixed with dark magenta would give you a really good highlight. I'm using magenta over dark magenta right now, so that's going to probably be too pink for you. But the dark magenta itself, or the dark hot pink itself, sorry, is a great combo with the dark magenta. When you mix them, it might give you just perfection. The burgundies might be a little too muted. Mix them into a highlight. But the burgundies can work really well.
Hyperzer asked a question. How would you paint dark purple fabric? Didn't you do this recently?
Yeah, I can show you the night that we did on Friday. Great question. The trick with purple, like you're seeing me do right now, is determining, do you want to go more towards the red end of the color purple or blue when you highlight. That's your biggest decision, and that's going to have the biggest impact on how it ultimately looks. I'm choosing more desaturated red on the pink side here. But you could do this for fabric as well without any problem. And it would look great. I'm going to put a metallic kind of shine on this, a non-metallic kind of shine, because I have, hard scales that I'm working with. So I'm outlining them, and giving them a hard edge and a little bit of cylindrical shine to them that'll pop when I put the pale pink on there next. But for just dark purple cloth, I like this. Right, and this was dark purple, royal purple. What did I do over that? Ultimately pale yellow, but I think I used a faded plum. Yeah, faded plum. So faded plum is the highlight color, and then a little bit of pale yellow thinned down to do the final bright highlights, like at the top of the shoulder and top of the creases, because I can run the pale yellow over into the yellow. If you watch Friday's stream rerun, I talk about using a consistent highlight color to bridge the gap between when you're bisecting colors, but it also just works pretty well for purples anyway. That pale yellow is a sharp edge contrast. So dark purple, royal purple, faded plum is what I did here. That keeps more of the bluish side. It still lets the purple be red, but it's not going to be as red as see how I'm going over into the magentas here. This is going to be way pinker. Yeah, against the orange, I think it works really well.
Yeah.
Here next to, well, I mean, same thing I could have done here because next to the yellow, but I wanted the purple to be a little bit cooler next to the warm yellow on the night. It seems like this is the only color scheme I paint now. That's my life. Guess what we do here? We paint the LA Lakers colors all day, every day.
Look at this question from Jeff before Dishonor.
I don't even like the Lakers. Started doing your layer highlight to the one step color I use with a few drops of special sauce. Game changer for me for layering. Can I add water if I want more of a glaze? Yep, definitely. If you're wanting to glaze with one step colors, just water is fine. Special sauce is not necessary for thinning your one steps. It's made strictly for, well, not strictly, but it's made primarily for turning your normal pro acryl colors into one step colors. You don't need it as a thinner. The medium and the one step colors themselves are the same viscosity, so just water to dilute is fine. And then play around with what you like as far as how much. There's not a good defining ratio that I can give you that's like, oh yeah, just do this, it'll be great. I typically start with maybe 2 drops of one step to 1 drop of water kind of a thing to start glazing with it, but it's going to be up to you as to what opacity you're really looking for to figure that out.
Super Duper John said, I'm pretty excited to come up to Arizona next month for my niece's 10th birthday. I'm planning on giving her a starter set.
Oh, far out.
A good uncle right there. Droth, you don't ever have to apologize for asking questions. That's why we are here. Droth said, I've been having a lot of painting problems in the last few days because I'm painting 8 hours a day.
Oof.
That doesn't sound like a problem. If I have accidentally rubbed off primer from handling a model too roughly while airbrushing, how do you suggest repairing the primer and paint on those touch points while minimizing the ripped texture difference?
If your primer's thick enough to have like a torn texture problem, that can be rough. But you can take and brush on primer over it and just let it cure and kind of fill it as needed to make up for that, is what I would do. I don't know that it's usually not something that I encounter where I have a lot of differing textures. You can just start painting over that area with the color of paint you want to use and see if that works. Sometimes you'll get good adhesion because of the primer in the areas next to it. But if it's a large area, because I tear primer off the bases all the time or off the points on, pointy bits as I'm putting my finger on it all the time, it'll be rubbed off. And a lot of times I don't even mess with that. I just put paint color over it and it's fine. Because it's such a small area and the paint will hit the primer on either side of the rubbed off spot, and that's fine too. Because it dries as a sheet, not as individual little locations of paint. As long as you're not glazing. If you're glazing, then all bets are off. You kind of need to repaint it with primer so you can start with a better foundation. But if you are painting an opaque color over it, then sometimes you can get away with just painting the opaque color right over the exposed plastic and letting it grab on the areas next to it. Obviously, the larger the area that's exposed, the more you got to take care and how you do that.
And there's little Billy or Chris.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
Making it not as obvious, giving a little bit of a time break between the Chris comment and the
well, because he was
comment.
sitting here listening. He's like, "Oh,
I know I can't be little Billy too soon, too obvious." Little Billy said, "I was happy because I forgot my headphones, so I have to watch stream on mute while at work and didn't have to listen to Chris speaking. But now I'm even happier because he's not here."
Oh, he's in chat.
He's in chat.
But he's also
or you. Are.
That's our conspiracy theory. I'm all in.
Spatsnet has more of a Chris question, but maybe or remember the time frame because I certainly don't. Spatsnet's been looking for the recording of Jason painting the Wookiees and haven't been able to find it.
Oof.
Do you know the time frame of that? I don't know.
That would have been, it was all done with the original one-step stuff.
Oh, so was
maybe,
this before Adepticon?
Yeah.
Was this part of your Adepticon thing?
Maybe that would have been something like October.
Oh, that long ago.
Yeah. Well, they gave me the set at Gen Con last year. And so it would mean that was August. I don't know that I got any of them built until September, October. So probably something like that, like October or something like that.
A little bit said, yes, it is me, Chris. Please send set 2 of One Step to me at the address in your DMs.
We have your address in our employee files.
You also work here.
Oddly enough. All right, I'm going to go ahead and highlight this just to see. Even though my skin's not done. I'm kind of working way out of norm here. Pale pink.
Pale pink.
Usually only ever used on reds. When I'm painting reds. Pale pink is one of those really good fake whites. It takes the place of needing a white when you're highlighting it a lot of times.
About to like this even more.
Huh?
I'm about to like this even more.
Uh-oh.
Gonna look good.
Tiny little slivers of these shine spots on here. I'm probably giving this model too much attention, but I really want to figure out the color scheme because some of the models, the character style models that are bigger, are going to need to know all this. So I might as well work it out on this guy, even though he's just a grunt. Means I'm going to have to paint all my grunts a little bit better than I wanted to, but it's okay. I'll get over it.
Ogre is looking for a good highlight for bold pyrrole red.
Orange red works really great. If that's too subtle, then orange red with a little bit of um, warm flesh, dark warm flesh is really good. That makes that eclectic salmon that I did on my blood angels. That looks really great. Flesh tones are great for mixing into reds of all types. A little too much brightness on those, so went back with the magenta and glazed it right at the spot where the pale pink was. And then I think I'm going to stick to just more line work here for the highlights.
Danger Boy, I think hashtag soon.
What's that?
Got my go bag now. I'm only hashtag still waiting for hats. They're hashtagging in chat.
Uh-oh.
About things that they're waiting for.
Oh, because of the still waiting for eclectic salmon? Did I start
still
this?
waiting for expert acrylic set 3.
Not happening.
But also probably eclectic salmon. But you were just talking about hats last week, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've seen the hat on stream over the last week with the M hat that I've been wearing.
Did you get a new one?
Yeah, that's from the new vendor, and we really like it. So that stuff should be able to go as soon as they have the designs all finished, which is soon. I should have my shirts, the test shirts tomorrow. I think Gabe said. So if that's the case, then yeah, you'll start seeing some of the new designs on stream soon. Maybe as soon as tomorrow, where you can be jealous and know what is coming. We've got some fun shirts.
Emerson Secondary said, wait, why no set 3?
Expert acrylics are done, 22 colors. For the foreseeable future, I am not planning on any more. It doesn't mean that that won't change, but it would be a bigger change than just a set 3. So.
Stan has a conundrum. Said, I got Armageddon box for Father's Day. I want to stick to Blood Angels, but I would prefer a successor chapter as my main. I would prefer a successor chapter as my main 40k army is red.
Mm-hmm.
What would you recommend? Also want to avoid yellow.
The black red, deep blood red of the flesh tearers is really good. Doesn't look like it's super samey. Unfortunately, I think you're stuck with a bunch of. There's some white if you want to do white, and of course you can make your own. You make it whatever color you want. That might be your best bet. Just come up with your own lore for a Blood Angel successor and paint blue.
Do what you want.
You know, or purples.
They're your toys.
They are your toys. Do whatever you want. Nobody can tell you any different.
Swinging Swift, it is still for sale. That's how it's going.
Realtor keeps telling me that the guy that came by that I was really hopeful in is still about to put an offer in. Well, it ain't happening. I feel like, you know, he is probably either the busiest man on the planet or is pulling the wool. For some reason, we've had a lot of that pull the wool realtor stuff. Not realtor. It's not the realtor that's the problem. It's the buyers. You get a lot of tire kickers in commercial real estate
Yeah.
for some reason. It feels like when you're doing residential, you kind of get vetted differently. Maybe not.
Or maybe it's the realtor because we've had a lot more activity than we did before.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
in
the
a shorter
realtor's
period
working
of
harder than
time.
the old guys did.
But maybe it's because they're just like showing everybody everything. I don't know. It's like the end of a date when you tell someone, "Oh, I had a great time. I'll call you," and then you never call.
Shows on the doll, Jen. Sounds like there's some stories there, chat. Give up the tea, girl. That's right. Is that what the kids are saying? Not really.
Maybe.
Not really.
But you shouldn't.
Oh, dang. Dang, I was trying to be hip.
Call me Moldson said, amazing work on these dudes. I'm about to have a few airbrush sessions soon and was wondering, while building volume with the airbrush, should I thin the paint more and more as I go up to the brighter colors? Oh, he was just talking about this. Yes.
That's what I typically
Yeah.
do, so that you get better control and less spotting as you go into the colors that provide all that brighter contrast. So, yeah, I think it's always smart to thin more. Now, the paint itself is going to determine a lot of that. So, you know, you're always going to be playing around with what works for the specific color you're using. If you're using a yellow or a green that's already fairly translucent, then you probably don't have to worry about thinning it as much. But
and then also, what is the best medium to thin the paint with in that case?
I just use water, and now I've been using a lot of the special sauce. But if you don't have the one-step special sauce, glaze and wash medium and water are your friend.
Stan, I was watching that day. Yes, I do know what he said he's going to do when the building sells. And I'm fine with it as long as it's on closing day, not accepted offer day. Because
I
we
don't know.
sort of accepted an offer before and it didn't work.
I'm just gonna.
It has to actually be sold.
I'm just gonna do the happy dance regardless. But yes, it does need to close.
Yeah. Because I know there was some like, oh, I don't know, maybe we don't have to wait for it to. Maybe it's when we open escrow. Or...
Yeah, because these people
was here that day.
all these people want free stuff. They just want us for our free stuff.
Exactly.
You're just here for the free stuff. You don't care. You don't care about us.
Oh, the Wookiees were March 29th. Yeah.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Okay. That's when I repainted them. Right?
GK Model said, I'm trying to paint red over a black primer. It seems to take a lot of layers to get good coverage. Is there a faster approach? Maybe an initial layer of a different color?
Red over black primer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on the red, right? Starting with a dark version of the color you're ultimately trying to go to is the right way to go over black primer. So if you're priming your models in black, if you're priming your models in gray or white, then you can do the red directly, which is why some people like to prime with grays and whites instead. But assuming that you're, like you said, you're going over black, then start with a darker red like mahogany or burnt red or black red, and then go into the red that you're looking to have the model actually be over the top of that. And that'll be a lot better in the long run.
Game Delay said, I would enjoy seeing Jason dance, but not enough that I want to buy a building.
That's horrible. I don't want to see that. Every now and then I shake my stuff, shake my moneymaker for Jen at home.
Yeah.
But it's a random event.
Pretty rare.
The dogs stare at me weird. It's kind
What kind of workup would you recommend as a stone workup from graphite gray?
Stone workup from graphite gray. What was your undertone for it? Just white? My first question.
Any advice for painting? Oh, sorry. We'll go back to this one. One step graphite gray over taupe.
Over taupe. Do I have any graphite gray over taupe model? I didn't use the graphite gray on my Rebels, did I? Bright warm gray mixed with the graphite gray would be a good way to go into highlights, I think.
That it reads as stone with the graphite gray, but I need to highlight it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the bright warm gray, because the taupe and the graphite gray might be a little bit of a warmer combo anyway, and the bright warm gray trends towards a little bit of a greenish. So that could be a good highlight color. And you can mix it with the graphite gray, remember, right? So a little bit of graphite gray with it to tone it down so it's not quite so bright is probably the way to go. That would be my first thing. If you want something that's simple, right? Like maybe you're trying to dry brush it or just quick brush highlights, I think that would be the key. Going with some silver now.
Old Gamer, what primer are you using? Droth will try warm gray. Emerson Secondary is looking for advice on painting the banner of the new orc model. Banners are so flat, so highlights are hard.
Oh, yeah. And you're looking for ideas?
Advice.
I don't know the shape of it. Is it just a big flat triangular banner, like just a standard everyday run-of-the-mill banner? I haven't really been paying attention to all the models the way I should have to.
Old Gamer is having some issues with Pro Acryl paints flowing away from a mini primed with Color Forge. Said where it looks like it goes to a magnetic spot.
You're seeing the surface tension because the Color Forge primer either is, a little satiny. Maybe shake it better to get the matte going. Or just, do a thin coat of it and don't worry about the beating up as much. And that first coat, let it cure. And then once that's cured, that overcomes the satin coat. It's the same with paint over any kind of glossy surface. Some of the cans, that's just the way they work. It doesn't look great on the first coat, but then the second coat covers all that up. So
Baby J will be painting one on his next stream.
What's that?
Orc banners.
Oh, okay.
I don't know when that is.
Flat surfaces. I mean, I have, what do I have? I have one of these guys has a shield that's probably okay to show. Like this is airbrush, but it gives you an idea that on something that doesn't have a lot of dimension. I mean, this one's a little bit curved, but kind of like a flat banner. If you can take away all the idiotic layers of armor that make no difference on this, you just kind of want to start with your bright color and then layer down to a dark color and make those blends, that gradient between them, work as smoothly as possible. Now, it can be sketchy like on our knight, right? Because we just did the shield on him. And you can see how I let my brush strokes be the kind of beaten up weathering texture of the shield. I don't know if this is wood or metal or whatever, but I did that kind of vertical-ish stripe that as I did my highlighting that makes it look more beaten up as opposed to smooth, because I can imagine it already has big chunks out of it. So, you can do texture on it. Banners are good for doing this kind of vertical texture. I would not do horizontal. I would do vertical. That way you're always pulling your brush stroke towards your highlight and it makes it easier to blend, and you just lightly touch and then feather it up to the top. And as you do that, you also get the feel of like a texture from the fabric, like the weave of the cloth is looser. So, but that's really how you do anything like that doesn't have a lot of detail, doesn't have a lot of undercuts and spots where you can see shadow, you just do bright at the top, dark at the bottom, and blend it how you like. You can have very little darkness at the bottom if you don't want it to be too shaded, or you can extend that darkness a lot if you feel like you want it to be, hyper realistic almost, and create an overabundance of contrast to really bring it out. If you're painting anything over it, that can have a effect, or if you're putting a big decal on it, make sure that the work you're doing is still going to show after the freehand or decal that you put on. Otherwise, it's kind of wasted.
Chicken No Tender wants to know what kind of approach you would take on building up the base white color for white scars.
We have a video over on the YouTube channel that is how to paint white without using white, and that's kind of my philosophy on painting white in general. I start with a darker color, like in that when it was a dark blue, like a Payne's gray, and then into a dark navy blue, and then up through like slate gray and cool gray, and then eventually to a maybe a bright neutral gray. I don't remember what my final bright gray was on it. And then at the end of all of that, using a transparent white on the highlight areas to give big spots of highlight works really good. And that gives you that the model in the video is this guy, right? Of course, it's a bigger model, but there's not any white on him except for where I've started to go in and do the edge highlighting on the panels. And it gives you a way to transition from darker shadows in the grays and the dark blues, and then pull it up into your brighter grays as being what looks like white on the model. I tend to not want to use white so that you can always go back and have white as a way to punch highlights on the panel lines and have them stand out. Because if you paint with white, you can't highlight it. There's no other color that's bright enough. But I can still get like these cylindrical highlights on these little things that stick out on the knee, right? Because I can use pure white on those and all the panel lines, and then get some more contrast on that. So the shape of the model can dictate what you do, but I would stay away from white and pick what we call a fake white to drive it all home.
Cindo, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders.
Whoa.
And hello, T. Schmidt.
I'm playing around with color and seeing what I like on this guy's our test model for this army. I'm sold on the orange, I think. I better be, because the entire army is now painted in the airbrush base colors. But I'm not sold on all the accent colors yet, so I'm playing around and testing out highlight colors and what might ultimately be the right way to finish these guys. So this poor guy is my test subject.
Question from Rock Bronny, and I don't know that you'll have much information, but maybe chat can help if you don't know. What mix of paints would you suggest to try and get close to the color in the too thin coats Dragon Fang? What is that? Or Citadel Zandri Dust? That. Like, what are those names?
They're long-standing silliness.
What kind of color is Wizard's Blood anyway?
Yeah, right.
Do you know what those colors
I don't know
are?
the colors. Yeah. Can you Google them?
I can.
Google them and bring me up.
Okay, what is Dragon Fang?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know other lines' colors. I don't have the brain space to try to remember what Dragon Fang equals. But we can help you out once I get a picture of it.
That's like a tan.
Is it? Can you drag the window over onto my screen here?
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, khaki. Our khaki is a little more yellow than what I'm seeing on the screen for the Dragon Fang, but that would be a really good start. Right?
Citadel.
And Zandri Dust might be the same. Maybe those are the same color. Yeah, again, khaki. khaki, the Xandri dust, if it's that yellow, khaki would be great. If it trends towards a tan, because their colors aren't very consistent, so bottle to bottle, you might find one being one way and the next bottle you buy being a little more yellow. Khaki would be a great place to start. You can add in like light umber or dark umber to it to get it to be more of a tan, brownish color. But I would start both of those colors off by looking at khaki. Just want to do one pass of highlight.
Kimberly said, I like to go with arrogant cardboard and musty rag for those colors.
Arrogant cardboard? What?
It's just made up.
Oh.
Like, what does it mean?
Oh, I got it. I get you. I see what you're doing there.
I've never seen a real dragon fang, so in my mind, they're hot pink from the night he just ate.
That makes more sense than khaki. That was like Grandma Smoker's tooth.
Yeah.
Would be a better thing to call that color that they just showed, that Jen just showed me. That's smoking grandma tooth. Well, I'm one to talk. I haven't smoked, but my front teeth are yellowed from the blood. All the fighting. Catching a puck in my grill.
The wizard's butt needs a grandma smoker's tooth color.
So with the silver, I'm treating this as if it's not a metallic color. I mean, it is, so I can't get away from that. But I am highlighting it as if it's just a normal opaque color because I plan on doing washes over the top of this to alter the way the metallics look. So even though when you layer like this, sometimes the metallics give a very abrupt lack of transition on them, I'm going to go ahead and do it and let the washes do all the work after the fact. So they may not look as good as your standard layering when you do it this way right out of the gates, but ultimately you should have a better look overall when you go to the wash phase if you just kind of treat it like a normal layer paint. You can thin your metallics down like you would for any other opaque color and use them as glazes. You can do all sorts of creative things with metallics. You will get used to the fact that, like I said, sometimes they're a little rougher on the finish, but you can see how I'm doing my highlights as if it was non-metallic metal, a little tornado shape in between the other highlights on the chest plate there, and just play around.
Mouse rollerball gray.
What?
They're just silly names.
Oh, desktop mouse rollerball.
Yes,
the old one. I was like, they don't have those anymore. Is that what they're talking about? Good God, the old rollerballs when you took them out to clean them. And they'd have like, I haven't even ever known anybody with this kind of hair. Where did that come from?
One of the most commonly stolen items from computer labs in schools.
I'm sure, because it rendered the whole thing inoperable, right? Little deviants. Not that I would ever do anything like that.
Of course not.
We treated the computer lab at school like the Holy Grail and took care of it and got mad at people that wanted to do bad stuff to it because the computer lab teacher was one of our science teachers, I think. And she would let us stay after school and play video games. They had the 5 1/4-inch floppy disk that was like I don't even remember what the game was. It was an Apple IIc or whatever. And it was a top view of some vector knights. It was like a round head and a round body and an axe. And you would go and you would hit it and it would drop red blood all over the place. And as kids, we thought that was the coolest thing ever. Because it was like violent Pong,
Yeah.
And she would let us play the game after school. So we were like, better not steal anything from the computer lab.
Back in our day.
Huh?
Yeah, back in our day.
Yeah. So we would.
By the time I was teaching, kids didn't care because everybody had computers.
I guess so.
They would take the computer keys or the keyboard keys off and rearrange them. All kinds of wild things. Little delinquents.
Turns out kids truly are idiots. But they gotta learn someplace.
We were more respectful in our day.
In our day.
Short said my high school computer lab has a chalkboard that someone had written, "Mouse ball theft is a crime." I had never
Really?
even considered it before that. True, we do tend to give people ideas and we talk about things too much. Like, oh, that would be fun.
I learned it from you, Dad. I'm wanting to do some one-step filters over this metal. Figure out what colors we want to do that with. Could just do dark blue black way thin down, make it basically turn into a Payne's gray one step. Or I could take Payne's gray with the one step medium and just go that direction.
Kimberly said you could name paints after awkward life moments, like standing too close in the elevator or waving at the person behind you, but you thought it was for you. I've totally done that.
It happened to me not too long ago.
Really?
I forget where we were. Maybe I feel like it might have been going to that sushi place over on Camelback and Central.
Uh-huh.
And there was somebody at like one of the restaurants waving as we were walking up. It was somebody walking behind us. And I was like,
Hi,
I
guess.
I don't know you.
Saying goodbye to a friend and you're both heading the same direction for a few more feet.
Oh, that's so awkward. See ya.
Oh, we're both going this way. Okay.
Well, I guess hi. That would be a great like April Fools.
Yeah.
Say our new paint names. Awkward eye contact in the restroom. Right? Am I on the right track?
Well, that only applies to men.
Really? You don't ever have like sitting at the mirror in the bathroom and look over and somebody's staring at you or something?
No.
In the women's room? I guess it is a man's.
Girls make friends in the bathroom.
It probably is a men's thing where it's like, why are you staring at me at the urinal?
We have privacy in the.
Yeah, you don't have urinals.
And then by the time you're at the mirror, you're ready to make friends with someone.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
I mean,
like a secret society thing that I don't know about.
At a bar, for sure. That's the most common place for girls to make friends is in a bar bathroom.
Oh my God, are we best friends?
Exactly.
Wearing the same thing at the
Girl, you're
at the
too
club.
good for him. Don't you cry. Very common.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is my favorite day ever. Chat, we are learning so much. This is our favorite day ever. The girls in chat are like, what are you talking about learning? She is speaking truth, girl. All of my best friends come from the bathroom. Yeah. I don't know that I've ever thought of like the chance of making a friend in the men's room. Too good for
him, Pink.
What's that?
Too good for him, Pink.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Punisher said, well, that's fun. You should totally do an April Fool's stream sometime.
I would love to. They won't let me be in the area on April Fool's.
He's vanished.
Chris is always like, you have something to do tomorrow, don't you? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm like, no. Yeah, you do. You have that thing with the people at the place. I'm like, no, I don't. This next year, I'm not going to allow it. The party's over. You guys all tell Chris, party's over. No more.
Oh, Haley, that's a good point. Sometimes the gaps in the doors are a little bit too wide in a bathroom. That would be an awkward eye contact thing for women.
The gaps in the doors?
You know how like when you close the door in a bathroom stall, there's like space on the side between like the panel and the door?
Yeah. So you're seeing people who aren't in a stall?
You can kind of get a little. No, you're in the like you walk by and you're seeing someone in the stall.
That's what I'm saying. You're seeing people that aren't in
crack.
the stall from outside the stall, right? Or from
or
outside the
vice
stall
versa.
looking in. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I love at the airport, crappy airport restrooms. You're in the stall and sitting on the toilet and minding your own business, right? Maybe you're doing a little Instagramming. Maybe you're doing your best Army list building, your creative time on the pooper in the airport. And then somebody comes in and tests the handle and then looks through that gap. Like, it's locked, bro. Did you think by looking in here you'd change the lock status? Hi. Chess boxing, you don't do that. If it works for the dog, it's good. Just never done that. Why would you even think of that?
Can we please all agree that talking in the men's room should be strictly prohibited unless it's an emergency?
I feel like
Gotta
that's
lock eyes and wink.
I feel like through the door after you've tried the lock, gunk gunk, and then looking in. That's my new thing now. I'm literally going to be like, hey, honey, I'll be back in a little while. Where are you going? Public restrooms, causing havoc.
Oh, jeez. He's gonna wink at people.
Jump in, sparkle farts. We got chaos to sow. What are you doing? We're going to go stare at people through the gap in the bathroom doors. That's like probably like a bail me out of jail type situation when you really think about it. All right, I'm going to piss some people off. I'm going to use the dark green blue one step from set 2. Ta-da. That's what we're doing. You don't get a choice. I'll use a cup.
Hunter said, I remember when Jason told us he peed on himself in the airport restroom and blamed it on a water bottle.
Bastards. I don't have friends.
You don't make friends in the bathroom?
No, I don't have friends. They treat me like this. That was so hilarious. It was so bad at the end of the day. I'm going to put a lot of water in here. You can always add another layer. Practice what you preach, Fuse.
Belly Hall said, I once had a guy walk up to me at a urinal and just start talking about his day.
Yeah. Still
a creepy freaking experience.
Yeah. I've done that before.
If someone does something weird like that, I don't flush.
So, just stare at him as you walk away. Do like this.
Have fun in there.
Yeah. Can you imagine coming out of the bathroom? I've walked in before and like had somebody that was your friend that you're walking, you both go to the bathroom at the same time. One goes to the stall, one goes to the urinal or whatever, and you're talking to them, but you stand next to somebody else and they can't see them because they're minding their own business at the urinal.
You should be.
And then you're talking and they'll just kind of be like, remember a guy going, are you talking to me? No. My imaginary friend who's pooping. All right. Ooh, that's going to be kind of neat, huh? I like that.
know Ken said my two best friends and I went to use the public men's room at a Ren fair. They've been best friends for 15 plus years. We went to use the urinals and one of them goes to the other, hey, pee here often, handsome? In a bathroom full of other dudes.
Oh my God, it's so good. That's so good. That's the way it needs to be. Because hopefully they didn't have a plan for that. So the one guy is feeling super awkward. Like, quit it, dude. I love that. That's best friends right there. That's like good friendship right there. I'm laying it on a little bit heavier because I like the coloring. I think I'm even going to go on this front part where I had it brighter and just let this kind of be this metallic color. So we can highlight it back with the silver. Yeah, that's just too easy to shift that metal just a little bit.
That's a good rule, Spatsnet.
What's that?
Conversations end when entering the bathroom. Taught my daughters that when the bathroom door is closed, I will not answer any questions.
That's not fun. I walk in all the time. I say, how's it coming? Everything coming out okay? I'm like talking to the dogs, like, Mom's pooping.
Always.
Mom's
Every time.
pooping. Anytime she's in the bathroom, it's like, gosh, she poops all the time. She poops more than you guys having a whole conversation with the dogs. I always wonder if you're in there laughing.
I am always laughing.
Okay. Just a little giggle. I still remember the time where I shoved the note under the door.
Yes.
Are you pooping? I drew a little picture. I drew a little stick figure picture, and I put a card under the door. It had big capital letter, "Are you pooping?" And you could hear her cackling in there.
Belial gets it. My wife slides notes under the door when I'm pooping, saying stuff like, "I miss you."
Yeah, see, that's love.
It's love.
It's love. Jen is my favorite person on the planet. Nobody else deserves notes under the bathroom door when they are pooping, but Jen sure does. I like that. Just a subtle coloring on the silver to shift the armor color. I dig that. I'm not going to do the chains that way. In this case, you're not using one step as a one-step paint, right? It's not its goal. Its goal is just as a filter, so it colors the metal nicely. I really dig that. I really want to do the chains on the arms with rust, but of course he's rust colored, so that kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. So maybe they do need to be this green. Let's go for it. See what we get. I mean, we know what we're going to get. We already did the rest of the armor, but doesn't leave a lot of tricksiness to it. But this is the one-step colors are super easy to get to do like this as a filter over metallics, as you can see, to just shift the hue of them, which is really nice. even more so than the transparents in some ways because they don't take as much mixing or as much thought. Just squirt a bunch of water in there and put it on like you see me doing here. The transparent colors being as vibrant and semi-opaque, I guess, as they are right out of the bottle, makes them good candidates for this as well. But the one step is just like literally one step. Who knew? We nailed the name. And I'm going to do the weapons in Payne's Gray Wash, I think.
Ryan Scurvy said, so I'm starting my orcs army, and a lot of their models have little squigs and pets on them.
Yep.
I like the idea of the orc taking a big paintbrush and slapping their favorite color of paint on their squigs. How could I sell that effect?
If you paint all the squigs like a gray, and then you put a shock of color on them, that could work really neat, right? Make them kind of a neutral color. And then just, imagine your paintbrush being the orc's paintbrush and just go and put a swipe of paint on it. Make sure you have thick paint on your brush and go, because if I go...
you have to make that noise when you do it, though.
You have to go, right? And you'll have it be a paint stroke. I mean, maybe you don't make it a mile long like I just did. Maybe you just go on it, right? And you'll actually get a paint stroke. And if it's across the face of it, then you can come back in and you can kind of put like the little tail of the brush stroke, and make it look as messy as you want it to.
Yeah.
Right? And then now you have that swipe of color, and you can highlight the color if you want to, but I like doing stuff like that. It's like if you wanted to do splatters, you can do the old load the tip of the airbrush up and then just do air only, and it'll blood splatter out. So I'm making fart noises. So Jen's just over there going, more.
Goes with our bathroom talk.
Just to get a brush load of water with our Payne's Gray Wash, and we're just going to be liberal with that and dollop it on here.
I love it when you the model and I pink on there.
Oh, yeah.
Pink and orange. Hickman, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders.
What's going on, St. John? We had a good show. Time on stream today. I am blindly throwing color at this guy till I get something that I'm happy with. Kind of messing more than anything. Do just a little bit of this on the shadowed side over that dark sea Ben. Give me even more contrast.
Wait. You were watching our stream while you were streaming?
Wait a minute. Streamception?
So thank you for a great stream to keep me busy while I streamed.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Wait, what? Yeah, that Payne's Gray on the shadow side of the armor. Like just these three pockets of armor and leave this one without it. I think that's going to give a better dimension to the metallic there, and I'll do it like just on this side of the foot guards. I can keep it that way. Just paint. Remember, you don't have to flood an area. You can kind of be more specific with your placement of washes as long as your brush isn't completely filled. Ooh, that's the wrong paint. Again, can take the wash and just kind of paint it into the underside of the blade here where I want it to be a little darker. Helps you maintain a little bit of controlled contrast on your metallics where they normally are just going to shine wherever the light hits them. Now you can at least make that shine a lot darker where you need it to. And you can do this with browns and blacks and whatever you want.
Paul wants to know how many more of these.
37.
A lot.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30. 30 of them, but this one's taking forever because I don't know what my color scheme is. So once it's down and I've got it nailed, you know, then I'll go back and know, like, this is too bright on the purple scale, so I'm going to take some magenta wash over the top of that.
Mo said Godspeed, sir. He did say earlier that he's probably spending a little too much time, but he's trying to figure out the colors.
Yeah, this was a spur of the moment, wild hair up my butt army that I had. We had this sitting around. So it was easy to go in there when I was all hyped about War Machine and grab models and be like, all right, here we go. So I knew I wanted orange skin, but beyond that, I had no idea. And orange is a difficult color to create combos for, not gonna lie. It's something where it can get very repetitious because your purples and your greens are the colors that work best. And so if you're not careful, then all you have is purples and greens. And everything you paint in an orange scheme starts to be very samey. So, oh yeah, that works great. I just want to dull down this pale pink a little bit. I think for the next one, I will probably just use pink instead of pale pink. Although this is easy too, to just put the wash over. That dulls it down, but still gives it a good amount of shine. Keeps it more in line with where the brightness of the orange is going to go. I would have been better suited to go ahead and finish highlighting the skin before doing all this stuff. Other stuff I'm doing, I'm just antsy.
Double T is a good question. Of the 30, how will you batch them out? Will you do groups of like 5 or 10, or will you do all of them at once?
Probably all of them at once, I think.
So
I will at least do the ones that are very similar together. This army is weird because it's difficult for me, and it may just be me. If you had this army, you might not have the same problem. But for me, I'm having a real hard time telling what half the crap on these guys is. The armor on their body is plated, scaly stuff that doesn't make sense. Like, I would love to sit and talk with the sculptors and artists to say, what is this supposed to be? Like, it's like their scales are almost like armor. Like on some of these guys, they're just like fully plated, right? But then all of a sudden their fingers feel like they're fleshy, but they're not covered, but they just turn into armor. at the wrist, and then there's nothing else, no bones or anything. So it's almost like they're mechanical constructs with a little bit of bioengineering. I don't know. They're very strange. So the orange on this guy feels more like skin, right? Because he doesn't have a mask or anything. But like even one of the dudes in his squad, right? Like this guy has a mask, and that's actually these guys. I started with him. I started with these guys because these guys actually are the easiest of the army to tell where stuff stops and starts. Like that's an armor plate on his chest. So that makes me think that everything under there would be skin, but there's very hard edges on the musculature underneath. So it makes me think that what I would call their skin is not soft, but then I have soft, round shoulders that have like striations for muscles. But then they have hinges at the elbow. But there's nothing around the hinge to make it mechanical. It's just like if you and I had a hinge point on our elbow. So they're weird. So I don't know that I can really batch paint the whole army because it's not like they all share the same design. A lot of them are very different. So I'll probably do it by squad, right? So that I can focus on, because by unit, they are typically very similar. And then there's stuff like, you know, like this guy could literally be a mechanical thing. Like there's not just a whole lot of bio anything on him. But of course I want him to be the color of the army and not just all metallic paint. It has like little folds of what look like flesh in the neck area, but then nowhere else. Everything else is very armor. And then he has this almost biological looking, like, you know, porcupine pricks coming out of his spinal area, but nothing else. Everything else looks like mechanical. So it throws me for a loop with these guys. So I'm gonna
like box art or anything?
Yeah, there is, and it's a million colors because they, you know, they could spend all the time in the world painting the box art really crazy. But I don't want to spend that kind of time. Yeah. So I'm just trying to pick out to where I know I can have it be that the orange represents what would be flesh, even if it's robotic. I don't really care. And then we'll go from there.
Panic Bomb said, looks like a mecha Godzilla and a snake had a baby.
Right. It does. It has that feel, which is cool. I like the look of them. I'm not complaining about the design. Otherwise, I'd be an idiot for sitting here painting them. But as you're painting them, it's like, I don't know what to do with this part. So that's why this has taken me a while, is to work through the colors and figure out, okay, what's going to make sense here. But it's fine. We'll survive, chat. We'll make it work.
Idea said might be armor bolted right into flesh.
Yeah, it's very strange. But like their arms, you know, I said don't even have that, right? Like the arm doesn't have on these dudes that are the centaurs, their arm has like a hole in it. See that? Oh yeah. There's not even bones or anything. It's just like this weird armor piece that has a hand on it. But the hand is fleshy. There's no flesh in that, and there's a hole in it, so there's nothing. There's no arm inside the armor. It's just really weird. I would be interested to read some of the lore behind these guys if it helps to explain any of that, because it's weird.
What faction is this?
This is the Chimera Shadow Flame Shard. I think they're just called Shadow Flame Shard. It's the Legion of Everblight. What they turned into is what it is.
Shadowcast said, can I get a refresher on how to paint bullet impact / battle damage?
Bullet impact / battle damage. Do you want to, are you freehanding it and creating it, or it's already on the model and you just are looking at what you want to do? Like, are you painting chipping, like just really advanced, deep chipping on the model? Is that what you're talking about? Freehand, yeah. So, it can be, I don't have colors on here. Let's do black to make it easy. So you can use black and white to give you high contrast on the back of my hand, so you can see.
In a while. Where do I do it from here?
What's that?
Spammy chat.
Oh,
did I do it from this
I think
one?
you click their name, or then like on the pull down thing, maybe. Add to, yeah. block list.
Do it through.
Oh, maybe so. Can you right click their name? What does that do? No. Nope. All right. So when you have like a bullet impact, right, you might start with a shape, and I typically like to make it like a star pattern, just an irregular star pattern, so it has, you know, like a something like this, right? However you decide to do it. To have an impact hit, a crater that's in the model. And then what you're trying to do is, you know, to wherever your lighting source is, you want to underscore the highlight along these edges that are um, facing towards your light. And so it might be like this. Right? And you may not have one on the top one there. So, you know, you just want to give it a highlight like this so that it has depth. And then as far as like other coloring in the chunk itself, you could have the deepest part be the darkest, and I'm going to mix the white and the black here for gray. And then you could have, you know, the where it gets shallower out towards the tip of these things, you know, get brighter with the gray because they're not as deep, you know, something like this maybe. And have just the center of it be dark because that's the area that's down. And they're super deep and all that's coming through here. Right. But, you know, it's when you're using the sponge to do this, do I have one? I may. Yeah. So if we use but God, how's that? Why is that in there? Handle down. Right. So if we go in and we do like the, you know, the sponge effect like that by hitting the sponge on there to get your chipping, and you go real aggressive to make sure that you get big chunks, you know, then you just have to go through. I put on a lot of paint in it. You know, and then you just have to go through and highlight all of those little chip areas. You know, again, I'll just go underneath them. But you're going to highlight the bottom side of them normally because that's the side that faces upwards towards your lighting, right? So then you just kind of come through and pick your bigger areas to kind of grab those and poke some brightness around like that. And that'll give it the feel of 3 dimensions. And then, of course, when you're done, you wind up with, what do we have that's big?
I think he punched in. I wanted it to be closer. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I punched in.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I've done all through here. Like this whole model is smooth. None of these divots exist, and I've just painted all of the chunks out of it by doing exactly what I showed you there. Right. All right. I'm gonna figure out these spine things, what color I want those to be. Is it really?
Yeah.
I'm liking the purple. Need to figure out the spine color and the cloth. And the cloth I painted with dark plum, thinking that I would go up to like burgundy. Over the dark plum. We'll see how that looks. Playing in the realm of mostly reds, and then using the greens as a way to have a little bit of color shift, like on the metal with that one step filter.
Really said, paint the spines an innocent Sasquatch. Ghost Hunter said, paint the spines and awkward eye contact while eating a banana.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Awkward banana eye contact. I was eating a banana today, and I was wishing that Chris was here, because I always like to say, "Hey, Chris," and then he looks and he goes, "What?" Because he's always standing right here, and you can see him say it. He goes, "What?" And then I just stare at him while I take a bite of the banana.
Since no one said it, the spines should be pink plaid.
All of you. It should not be pink plaid.
Hello, HR. Yes, it's happening again. Oh, check.
I wonder how much distress I cause with people being like, "What do I do? He owns the company."
People who know you have zero stress about it. New people might be a little nervous.
There have been new hires that are very nervous around me and don't really get it. And I have to be conscious of that, right? Because I don't want to scare people away. But I'm kind of a bull in a china shop.
Got a couple new girls who work for us who are pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I think they're probably like, what am I doing here?
I walk up and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? How's it going?" They're like stunned.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was the right answer, Jesus? I think they all get it. I think they are shy, not big talkers.
Yeah.
But when I go over and I talk to them, like over in production, she's always like, it's pretty good. I can, she will start to volunteer information the harder I push. Is the thing. All right. Then I wonder if I could get away with red oxide maybe over that. Let's try it. It's almost the same value. It's not much brighter than the burgundy, but I think it might be the right color over the top. It takes us into more of a yellowy red than a blue red like the burgundy does. But I already have the purple, so I don't want to go to purples over the top of it. I'm going to kind of mix them together a little bit here. That's a good color, actually.
Do you know, Danger Boy asked Chris for a forest vine workup. He gave me his colors. Do you know if he dry brushes them all or if he layers up? Do you have any idea?
For what colors?
Forest vine.
Oh.
You could ask him in Discord.
Yeah, hit him up in Discord and ask.
Because he won't be back till Monday. So
it could definitely be a both situation depending on what you're painting. Like
unless
if you have
he's still here.
Huh?
He might still be here. Sorry.
Yeah, he was in chat.
He was in chat at the beginning. Does Little Billy know how Chris painted his vine?
Hey, Little Billy. Tell us how you painted those vines. Little Billy wasn't here for all the conversation about how he and Chris are the same person, because that was when they were both on a boat.
Yes.
Just miraculously, they both had a boat vacation at the same time. And I don't believe any of it.
AG DeJohn said, good evening. Looks good, Jason. Just ordered the whole one-step set.
Oh, awesome.
Have 2 secret sauce, so I'm set.
Nice.
Thank you. Any good stakeouts lately? I think that they went on vacation together as well. I think they're really BFFs.
Oh boy, that would not go over well. He didn't invite any of us and invited little
Well, we're
Billy.
not BFFs.
Well, obviously not, but that's news to half of us. Kristen's only BFFs are like the bingo caller up in Carefree
Yeah.
and his campaign manager, which
Yeah.
might be little Billy. Now
Could
that I
be.
think about it.
Yeah.
Now that you think about it. Little
Work
Billy, are
together outside
you
of
Chris's
Monument.
campaign manager?
Mayoral campaign. Baldman is involved in there somewhere. Well, yes.
Don't tell him that. He might be the only one that's really mad about being involved. Yeah, and then a little bit of the red oxide without mixing, I think. Maybe a little too red for the orange skin, but I'm going to go with it and ride this one to the end.
They said Chris and little Billy first met in a public restroom. One looked at the other and asked, "Be here often, handsome?"
It could happen.
It could happen.
Now the question is, which one?
Yeah, which one?
Which one did the talking?
Hey, like I said, girls make friends in the bathroom.
That's the weirdest thing. Now I trust women even less. How can you make friends in the toilet?
Women's bathrooms are also very, very messy. Like they have no rules. It's surprising sometimes. Yeah. Why? I don't know why. Terrible.
Everything's too warm. Warm. I wonder if I could fix that by just doing these scale colors and let's what time is it? 4?
Yes,
My
4:04.
meeting got canceled.
Oh.
So because it was with Ellie.
Oh.
And Ellie had to go home sick.
Yeah.
So she canceled it.
Sorry. What is this silence? It's the absence of Chris and his noisemakers.
Yes.
Sorry, I do just let it be silent sometimes.
You want to cool things off. Payne's Gray is always a good choice.
J. I don't know
What was that?
when the Pro Stable set will be back in stock, but what I can tell you is that you could potentially buy singles. You don't have to buy the set.
Yeah, I don't know what. There might only be one brush that's out for the set.
Yeah.
I don't know. Check the singles because if you put 4 singles together, you get the same
still get a
discount. It's cheaper because there's 5 brushes in the set, of course, but it gives you the same discount, so it's not you're not paying any more for your brushes. And then you can mix and match them. You can mix synthetics and sables. You can buy more of the
dry brushes. You can
multiples of the same one. A lot of people will come in and buy like a handful of 2s. That's usually why the sets aren't available, because
Yeah.
everybody comes in and buys like 3 or 4 of their favorite size brush. We get a mad rush on brushes when they come back in stock a lot of times.
That limited. I mean, it makes you limited in your. Looks like the 2 is out. Well,
Yeah, so you can get 4s.
so you can get the other sizes as individuals, and you're paying basically the same once you have. And you could get multiple sizes. So, like, if you really like the size 1 or the size 4, you can get multiples of those, mix and match.
The 3 and the 4 are best. The 3? Yes.
I feel the questions are important, so I do my best to make sure I get all of them. Game delay, yes, this is War Machine, yeah? Yeah. War Machine.
I've been game delay. Chris was saying he needed an attorney for something the other day. Probably something I said.
Probably because you made eye contact while eating a banana.
Maybe.
Can the old War Machine stuff still be used?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I think you asked that earlier and I forgot.
Yes, can. That's what got me ultimately to go play last Friday night, because I was like, oh, I don't even have to get anything new. And then I got new stuff anyway. We had this, but Jordan and I went and played, and Jordan took his old Scorn, and it plays just fine. And I played Signar. We had a blast.
Radical Edward said, to me, this will always be Hordes.
Hordes. Yeah, it was funny because, it was War Machine Hordes. Hordes was the more fantasy side, and War Machine was the more, mecha side, although they were both done great in the same world. But the fact that you could play them both together, I think was great. But I did always question, why didn't you just add armies to War Machine? I don't understand the whole Hordes thing.
Pour one out for my battle foam bag full of Ouroboros.
No, Circle Ouroboros, you can still play. Most every model and army that you were comfortable with is still good for not just Legends. They moved a bunch of stuff to Legends status, but they the bulk of the stuff that was available in Mark III, you can play in Mark IV. So you can play all the really good Circle lists. You can play Tharn. You can play all the rocks. All the models are still good. Trollbloods. All the old armies. I think you can still, and most of them, if you don't own them and you like them, they are available on My Mini Factory. You can go 3D print them. You can buy them and print the army out, which I thought that was actually really cool of them, because it makes it a lot cheaper. I was seeing people on Etsy selling the old armies for unbelievably cheap prices, 3D printed. Now, a lot of those models might not be great for 3D printing, but because they may be spindly bits and fragile. But you can get them. You can get all the Grimkin. You can get all the Trollblood. I think Trollblood's been released. There's a bunch of them that are over there. Crucible Guard you can 3D print. And they balanced all of those into the new Mark IV. They're just not adding any models to them, from what I understand. But you can play them, and they're competitive. So they play in the Prime, which is the standard competition list arena. Good at tournaments. And I think they released their roadmap, and I think next year they're redoing Protectorate of Minoth, so Protectorate should be back. Right now, it's all the old models. But they've shown some previews of new models for Protectorate, so seems like they're doing the right thing to make it to where they're not, disorienting the old players and welcoming you back with your models and stuff. I think it's cool. Because God knows, I have all but like 3 of the armies for War Machine.
I don't know if you know this, but our chat's pretty funny.
What'd they say?
Lots of things.
Oh, God. Lots of things.
Commander Ken said people always ask War Machine, but never How Machine. Chessboxing Ogre is just a love machine.
A hunka love machine? What are we talking about?
Jeff before Dishonor. Spindly Bits was my nickname in high school.
What? What was your name? Spindly Bits? Is that your stripper name? That would be what Chris would be saying right now. That was my stripper name.
Stripper name. Game Delay said, if Chris needs an attorney, he has to realize I know he's wrong, but I'll do my best for him.
Oh, God. I'll get you a light sentence. That's what Game Delay just said. We'll make sure we get you a light sentence, Chris. I love how they give this guy little porcupine eyebrows. Just mixing in some white blue here. Basically the same thing I'd be doing for non-metallic steel. But hoping that the spikes, this combo will look good with the purple that they sit on top of. And should be okay with the orange too if I don't go too bright. But the nice thing about this is that it tends to desaturate into grays anyhow because of the white blue. Awfully quiet. They stop saying funny stuff. Yeah. Okay, now this is getting me feeling better about this. Oh, careful. Careful, get the burp one and oh, that might be the ones with the batteries dead.
Yeah.
I think you got new ones.
Bringing it. There we go. I can't get this. Terrible.
What'd you break?
I opened the drawer and now I can't close it. Rattle can only because I mean, not that I'm not also a good wife slash producer, but I know that his meeting got canceled, so he can do what he wants.
What's he saying?
Rattlecan said, we can tell Jen is a good wife slash producer. She doesn't start calling out the time every minute after 4.
Oh.
Only because I know his meeting got canceled. He had a 4:30 appointment, but it got canceled, so he can go as long as he wants. Well, we're not going to go that far, Boshak.
What's that?
24-hour stream.
Oh, God. It didn't even take him very long to get there. Not happening. forget who was it talking about that the other day. Like, you could do a 24-hour. I was like, I don't think I could, actually.
Yeah.
I think the old body would give out.
Yeah.
Not as spry as I used to be. I don't know. It was 26 hours, I think, or 28 is the longest I've ever done. It was brutal.
That was before we met.
Yeah, that was before we met. It was in like 2015. 2014, because I was
many
living
years
here.
ago.
I know I was living here, and over on 30th Ave. But holy long time. Like, that's not healthy. I got up. I think people sent food. Had to call in my lifeline a couple times. I don't remember if that was the one where I was drinking. No, I think that was New Year's. I've done some dumb streamer stuff.
How successful was that 8-hour stream anyway? We had at one point, I mean, I took a picture.
5,000 people?
Yeah, I was going to say, I took a picture at like the highest number. Remember, go back and look and see what it was.
We hit 5,000 or 4,800 something. We had a total of, and this is going to blow your minds.
Yeah.
We had a total of 258,000 people see us that day. How silly is that? Isn't that nuts?
That's crazy.
Now, I'm sure a bunch of them, didn't stick around and didn't care about what we were doing. But just the fact that 258,000 sets of eyes came in here and saw us working on Sanguinius that day is insane. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, our average was over 3,000 people in here. And a really good group.
4,600, yeah.
Really good group. And
4,633.
Really nice. We didn't have to, I don't think we even had to ban a single person.
No.
Which was crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
There were no weird chats or bots or anything like that even.
No.
Because I was on the whole time watching chat.
Yeah. So it was really good. Had a lot of fun. It flew by.
Yeah.
Chris and I don't think there was ever a moment where we were like fatigued and been like, oh God, it'd be sure would be nice to quit.
Thank you, chess boxing ogre. We say it all the time. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So mutual love.
100%. I think this was the right choice because it's almost, when you do this, like I said, this is almost a gray. When you do the Payne's gray, white, blue, it gives you the ability to pull off a chromatic gray, if that's a thing. I think that's the right choice for this because it cools off a little bit of the model by doing this without going to the jade and bringing in greens. More greens. Like the green as an accent color, and this becomes more of a neutral almost.
I blame we are not World Cup. Other than like it's on in a restaurant if we're out at dinner. Because it's on everywhere.
Yeah.
But we are all enjoying the social media content from people who are visiting America and their amazement and awe and love for what they've experienced. That's been really cool.
We had a good dinner with some friends from the UK last night and talked a little bit about it. None of them were really super into it, though.
No, they weren't. Surprising. Jeff before Dishonor said, I'm about to go start painting Soviets that are primed in red oxide.
Nice.
I'm going to dry brush a brighter color over and then put dark green brown one step over the top.
Cool.
Should I keep the red oxide as a base or switch to a brown? And what color should I dry brush over the top?
I think the red oxide is fantastic, right? We did our Army Man in red oxide with camo green over the top. And I think that red oxide turns brown visually when you put it with green. That's why red and green are such good complementaries, especially on the desaturated side, because they give you that natural brown in between. I think that looks good. As far as like what to dry brush for your highlights, if you're doing the dark green brown, just scooting straight to green brown can work. Drab brown can work as well. Um, as a highlight, the green brown might be a little bit too tannish. The drab brown is going to be greener, but it's almost the same as the dark green brown as far as brightness. So faded green with the dark green brown works really well. Faded green as a highlight color because it has enough green in it that if you mix this with the dark green brown one step for your highlight, that would work really well. And it gives it that kind of desaturated outdoor in the sun, you know, faded cloth feel, which is great. Yeah, I think I like that color. And then I can maybe even go. Here I am being silly. I'm like, I don't want these to be ultra complicated, but as long as I can keep them. Fairly straightforward in the color combos, then maybe I can speed this up quite a bit.
Are you going to remember all these steps when you go to do the next one?
Hell no. That's your job.
I don't know. That's Chat's job.
Hey, Chat, what did I do here? They always say hot
pink
plaid, yeah. So they're useless. They're not good at all at remembering the heavy stuff. They are. They remember. They just don't.
Exactly.
They just don't tell me later. Right? That's the problem with Chat.
Touch of bronze. What happened to the holder for them?
What holder?
No, you.
Is that the new one? No, that's the old one.
Oh.
There should be another one.
Oh. This is just his little desk.
The first one broke.
Decor. Yeah, that one looks like it broke.
Yeah, the first one he broke immediately. I don't think he broke the second one unless he did it like yesterday when I wasn't here. Did he break the thing, Chat?
So. I was watching yesterday. I think he broke. Oh, it's okay. Broke it so no one else can. No, he put it way over there so no one else could use it. He gave me access to all the noisemakers now in a drawer that doesn't work.
In a drawer that doesn't work.
But he did leave the touch of bronze far away.
It's his way of saying hands off my stuff. This is my stuff. You cannot have it. It's very territorial.
Typical Chris. Exactly.
He's very territorial.
I know, I've been confusing everyone. It is not Friday, it is Wednesday. I am filling in for the absent Chris.
Yeah, Chris is out the rest of the week. He's got family in town. Of the week.
Get me tomorrow and Friday as well. Tomorrow will not be Friday, but Friday will be Friday.
Or will it?
Or will it? And then I have at least one bonus day next week, possibly two. We're not sure.
Really? What's next week?
Thursday.
Huh? Oh, because of the birthday stream. Yeah.
Thursday is the holiday. So I will be here Thursday and Friday of next week. Possibly Wednesday. We're not sure.
All right. Now I'm starting to like this more. I think that the Payne's gray offsetting the magenta on the scales with the orange, I think that works pretty well.
3 Fridays in a row. Don't see a problem with that. Exactly.
I have to get this to translate to like just the big guys that are nothing but armor though. So I might have to change quite a bit. Because I can't see doing this guy like his entire head and everything in the magenta. I don't know. I don't know, Chad. I'm not 100% satisfied. But it's coming along. This is sometimes the beat your head on the wall part of finding out a color scheme for an army that is well worth doing this before jumping in and painting the other ones with any of these colors, because I can change my mind as many times as I want to on this guy, and it's only a little frustrating. Whereas if you can imagine, had I done the thing where I wanted to do the back scales in the green and then didn't like it, but I have 40 models that are painted with their back scales in green, then it's like, and sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes it feels like it would work, and sometimes then you get it into large numbers or you see it on the final model, and it's like, no, that's not really doing it for me. I'm still not 100% sold on the magenta and the orange, so we'll have to figure that out.
Sarkarius is looking for a recommendation for a trim color for a primary orange and white model Reaver Titan.
Primary trim color for a primary orange and white model. Metal trim, I'm assuming?
And sorry if I missed that one. Remember that question.
White and orange, again, the gold thing is tough, right? Because as you can see here with the orange skin and the bronze on the weapon, the bronze and browns can get lost in the orange. So a trim around the orange might make it too warm. So it might be something where you want to take it and do it silver and use the silver with a little bit of a blue hue to it, with like a transparent blue or a Payne's gray wash over the silver so that you cool it down. It's the Blood Angels conundrum, right? It's like you have a model that is covered in red, a super warm color, and so what do you do for the trim? Well, if you want to do gold, which works really well, the gold I do with a base of green, so it kind of cools the gold off and doesn't make it as orange and as hot to sit against the warm red color. And that's the same struggle that we're having here. Is it the purple, the way I've done it with the magenta, is almost too warm to go against the orange, and I cooled it off a little bit with the blue spikes, or the bluish spikes with the Payne's gray. So I just need to play around with it more and figure it out. Same conundrum, right? Orange and white. Blues and purples go very well with oranges, but I don't know that you would want to do too bright of a blue trim. It looks sort of comical at some point. But silver with blue hue works really, really well for both white and for orange. So that would be my choice. You fix poor color choices by hiding the models in a box and forgetting it ever happened. Nice. Yeah, these are going to be tough because, the more and more I look over here at like the big monstrosities, that their back armor is like the bulk of the model that you're going to see. Then picking that color and doing that in the magenta is going to be a little bit more of an eyesore, I think, than on this little guy. So I don't know. I can also change it. I can also have some units in one color and some in another, like lizards. I can have them do different things. So I'll decide as we go. But everybody, thanks so much for hanging out.
Oh,
we're done.
Hold on. Not done.
We're done. Yeah, we are.
I gotta.
She'll put the links up. She'll put the links up. But thanks for hanging out, watching some paint dry with us today, gang. Jen and I appreciate you like you'll never know. Yep, we're done. It's 4:30.
We went late.
Avian, we're late. We gave you extra of us. Well, thanks for hanging out. Make sure to check out the links that Jen's putting in chat. The store, both in the US on .com and in the EU at .eu. And pick up some Pro Acrylic Pro Series brushes. All the wonderful hobby products we supplied. Thank you so much for your support. And remember, if you're new around here, to hit the follow or the sub button, depending on what platform you're doing. We do this Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here in Phoenix, Arizona. We'd love to see you back. And make sure to hit the Discord, where we have a tremendous community of people just like you. Great inspiration, great way to talk about the hobby, great way to figure out problems and successes that you're having. We'd love to see you over there. Get all the latest updates from Monument Hobby. Stick around. Jen's going to find us somebody to raid so you can have some more hobby goodness off into your evening on this Wednesday. And we will be back tomorrow. Adios, gang.